What to do in off-season as a photographer. Welcome back to my channel today. I've compiled a list of all these wonderful things that you can do in off-season as a photographer. And off-season can normally be the months of December through, I'd say, probably like March, because there's normally not a lot of weddings happening from December through March. So these are a list of things that I've made that I'm going to be working on during off-season within my photography business, and I think you should do. The first thing you can do during off-season as a photographer is you can blog weddings, and you can share these blogs with vendors. You can also share the galleries with vendors if you haven't already done that. I think this is a really good marketing opportunity for you to connect with vendors. You can also turn this into scheduling meetups with vendors and, building relationships within the photography and wedding industry. If you were in the wedding industry, that is, I am. And so that's something I like to do during off season, but blogging weddings is also just a great way to show people what your work has been like for the last year, and it can also help with SEO. Number 2 is blog family sessions, and this can be blogging any type of sessions you do that aren't weddings. It could be engagements, maternity, newborn, branding sessions, whatever your specialty is, you can blog those, and that can also be a great SEO opportunity, and just, and you can share those to Facebook and Instagram. That way people can see what you've been working on in the past year. Number 3 is to map out your 2025 business goals. I actually think this is super duper important, because if you don't do this, then you don't know what your goals are. You don't know what your 2024 goals to 2025 goals are. And I really think you should write out exactly what you want to accomplish in the new year. That way you can create a plan to actually reach those goals. And you can think of this in quarterly goals. You can map out the next 3 months of your business goals, and then you can map out the next 3 to 6 months of your business goals. You could do 6 to 9 months, then 9 to 12 months, or you could just do 6 to 12 months. That way you know exactly what you have to be doing within each of those 90-day periods to continue the growth of your business and to reach your 2025 goals by the end of next year. And I think it'd be really fun to do this step at one of your favorite coffee shops and use Notion to write all these goals down and kind of map them out and figure out what you really want to accomplish for the next year. And I recommend Notion because it's what I use to organize my entire business. And so if you're interested in learning more about Notion, you can go check out the link in the description of my video about my Notion. Hopefully that can help you. Once you have mapped out your 2025 business goals, then number 4 would be to create/build your marketing plan to actually meet your 2025 goals. This is really important because you really do have to make a step-by-step plan to actually see what you need to do to actually reach those goals that you have created for yourself. The first step to do this would be, what are your goals? You need to list out every single goal, everything you want to do within the new year within your business. For me, a few of my goals are I want to be able to book 15 weddings for 2025, and I want to book 15 to 20 family sessions for 2025, although it could be more than that, but that's just kind of a happy number that I like to think about. And then I also want to schedule photography posts onto Instagram and Facebook for January through March of 2025. And I'm actually going to do this using a tool that I use called Choosy. It's an online CRM software for photographers and business owners in general. I really like Choosy because it has a built-in social media scheduler so that I can literally just schedule my Instagram posts, Facebook posts, I think it's YouTube. You can schedule so many different things just in one place. That way you don't actually have to log in to each of these different social media platforms. You can do it all within Choosy. And so if you're interested in learning more about Choosy, I will be making another video on Choosy and what I like about it. And I will be doing walkthrough tutorials over the coming year about Choosy because I'm just starting to use this. And I really think it's a really cool software that I'm going to start implementing within my business. There'll be a link down below to sign up for Choosy or learn more about it if you're interested. Another one of my goals is to monetize my YouTube channel by May of 2025. Now, it could totally happen sooner than that, but I just don't want to create a goal that is so overambitious and then I'm sad when it doesn't happen. To reach this goal, basically, I'm just going to try to post 2 videos per week through the end of April 25, and obviously after that as well, hoping that I can reach monetization on YouTube by mid next year in 2025. And another goal that I'll be working on is I will be continuing to build 20 different affiliate marketing income streams within my business, and I will actually be making a video on the affiliate marketing things I like to do, and that will be a video coming out within the first few months of the new new year. And another one of my goals for 2025 is to rank some new website pages on Google using SEO and things like that. And this is something I want to do because earlier in 2024, I joined the Dream Clients SEO mentorship program with Jeff Armstrong, and he helped me to rank my Nashville wedding photographers page on Google, which has been super beneficial within my business. And so I actually want to rank a few other pages in a few other cities for my wedding photography. And so that's something that in 2025, I will be starting to do as well. Okay, so once you have your goals written out, make a detailed plan on how you will reach those goals throughout 2025. You can even make like deadlines, like this needs to be done by this date. This is, where I need to be with this by this. And that way you can hit those milestone goals throughout the whole year to actually reach your goals by the end of the year. Number 5 is some things you can do is you can update your website. You can update your website images to your best photography work from 2024 because you really want your clients that are coming in to see your best up-to-date work that you possibly have. And then you can also, again, like I'm going to be building new pages and ranking them on Google for SEO, things like that. If you're interested in learning more about how to do that, then you can honestly comment and just let me know. If you want to talk more about Dream Clients, just let me know because I love Dream Clients SEO mentorship program and I'd be glad to point you in the right direction to that. And I can even link the Facebook group for Easy SEO with Jeff the Wedding Photographer. I can link that in the description below too. That way you can go check out his free education he offers, and then you can learn more about his SEO mentorship that he offers as well. And then you can also update your about page on your website. If you've had any life changes, then it can be super beneficial to just add things to your about page on your website and make sure that people just truly know you and can connect with you. So that will be something I will definitely be updating in 2025 because we definitely have had a lot of life changes in the past few months to a year, and we will be having more life changes in 2025, which I'll actually have another video coming out. I think it's actually my next video. Yes, my next video after this video is my huge 2024/2025 life update. If you want to know what that is, then stick around to the end of this video. That way you can get linked to the next exciting video coming out on my channel that will be talking about this new exciting thing that is happening in our lives very soon. Another thing that I love to do during off season is I love to schedule like networking meetups with other people in my industry. So that could be with planners, videographers, florists, things like that, or even other photographers who I want to connect with and be friends with. Networking is super important to the photography and business industry, and honestly, sometimes I just like to meet up with other business owners just to hear about their story and what they're doing. That way we can see how we can help each other grow over the years. Number 7 is review your workflows and automate your workflows as much as possible so that by the time you reach, booking season next year and you start getting into busy season next year, you have so many things that are just like, exactly what to do, and it's easy and fast to accomplish within your business. This could be like email automation workflows. I'm going to be starting to build some choosy automation workflows, and that's just something I'm going to be doing, and you should too. And then number 8 kind of goes off of number 7, but you really need to build workflows for everything that you do in your business. I'm currently working on this, and this is literally a step-by-step guide. I'm building it all within Notion. Almost like you want to build it as if you could literally give this task, this project to someone else to do your project for you, or to do this task for you. So you want to make it so detailed that someone else could sit down and do it exactly like you would. That way, these are things you could start outsourcing in your business at some point. So you want to fully automate your business and have processes written down for everything that you do. And again, Notion is a great way to do this. There's so many different ways to write out workflows in Notion. And so that's something I am working on during off season. Number 9 is you can invest in some off season education. The way I like to think of this is whatever you most struggle with within your business, that's the thing you need to focus on during off season so that by the time we're back in on season, if that's what you call it, you have conquered that thing, you know exactly how to handle it. And it's like eating a piece of cake, and you know how to do it. It's easy and you've overcome it, and it does not scare you anymore. So that's the thing you need to focus on during off season. For me, I might be actually trying to learn more about flash photography. That way I can just be like even more confident in it. That's something I would like to do. And then also I will be doing research into how to be better like on sales calls, like Zoom calls with my clients, and just how to, really help delve into how to help my clients build a wedding package that's really, really good for them, and how to help them see the value in working with me even more than I have before. And I've been getting better at this throughout this year, but it's something that I want to become so rock solid on that it is literally like eating piece of cake for me. Number 10 is work on any project projects that you really just didn't have any time to do during your wedding/booking photography season. This could be so many different things that you could be working on, but whatever you need to do that you weren't able to do that you wanted to do, this is the time to do it. Now 11 is upkeep your photography gear. For me, there is a lens I want to send into Canon to kind of get it cleaned and like fixed up a little bit so that it is ready for next wedding season for me. And then you can also send in your camera bodies for cleaning. Sending your camera bodies in to get cleaned during off season is a great way to make sure your cameras are going to be working properly for you for the next season. And number 12 is update the firmware on your camera bodies. This is really important for mirrorless because everything in mirrorless camera bodies are so digital, and so I would highly recommend figuring out how to update the firmware on your camera bodies. This is something that I definitely need to do. I admit I have not always been good at doing it in the past, so that is definitely something that I should do during the off season. Number 13, if you are a wedding photographer, you could actually use off season as a time to check in with your 2025 couples and help them build kind of like a rough draft wedding photography timeline. You could do like a Zoom call with them and really just to check in with them to let them know that, hey, I'm here for you. Like, if you have any questions, let me know. I am a present photographer who is good at communication. It's just good to have that communication with them during those months where you might otherwise not have that communication with them. So that's something I would do in off season just to kind of build that trust with your couples. Number 14 is you could build your family session VIP email list for 2025. So if you have photographed a bunch of families this year, this is something I'm thinking about doing is, reaching back out to my families and asking them, hey, are you going to be interested in a family session later this year? I'm already working on building my schedule because of wedding season and everything. It kind of gets busy and crazy during those fall months, and so I want to know if you want to book with me again. If you do, then I want to make sure we are getting you on the schedule and prioritizing you as kind of like our very important people, very important families to book during the busy season. That's just something that I want to start doing in the new year. Number 15 would be to build any informational guides you could send to your clients for the next year. These could be informational guides for bridal guides, style guides, things like that. Anything else that you think of that you're like, oh, I want to make this guide so I can send that to my client to make it an even more professional, fun experience, because in the midst of busy booking season and shooting season, we don't really have time to make all these new guides. So during off season is a really great use of your time. And I think another really good thing to do in off season is to set up your email list for your ideal clientele. And I'm talking about email marketing. Email marketing is really beneficial to business, and I'm preaching to myself right now because I have not been good at email marketing. It's actually something that I need to figure out exactly the thing, what do I want to build my email list around? And I'm still trying to figure that out because I've had so many different ideas over the course of 3 years that I just need to decide on what's that one thing I want to focus on within my business, within the email list, to bring in my ideal clientele, whether that's for my photography clients or for my education clients. I actually think that's going to require 2 different email lists, which is why I've just been putting it off because it's hard to wrap your mind around, what's that freebie you're going to send out, what's that weekly education or helpful tips you're going to send out. But I think that's something you really should be thinking about in off season, and I need to do that as well this year. In off season, I will also be booking 2025 through 2026 weddings. That's something that happens. I get a lot of bookings in between from the fall to the end of March, and then I get kind of sporadic random other bookings throughout the year too. But definitely booking weddings throughout those months is going to be huge within my business. Number 18 is take branding photos. I think this is really, really important because I think it's important for clients who are coming into your website to see what you look like now. That when they reach out to you, start talking to you, they know who they're talking to. So I'm actually thinking that in February of 2025, I'll probably do branding photos and, update those on my website and just kind of I want to make a vision board for what I want / what I need for the photo wise on my website. And I think that's something you could do as well. You could use Pinterest to get ideas what you want to have. That way you can kind of recreate those specific photos that you want to truly show your brand on your website. Number 19 is plan a self-care day in the new year. So this is something that I'm so bad at because I work 6 days a week, 10, 12-hour days all the time, just because that's just the current stage of business and life I'm in, and so I just do it. Self-care days are not really a thing I've really done in the past, but I think it might be fun to start doing, especially during off season, is just pick a day where I just do fun stuff for myself or whatever. And then number 20 could be planning a day out with friends, just a fun adventure day during off season, so you can just go enjoy it. You don't do anything business related that day. Those are kind of my 20 things that you could do during off season as a photographer that I think could help you really just stay busy. I think that there's a stigma that a lot of people don't realize that we actually have a lot of other things to do during off season other than just editing photos. A lot of people think think that, oh, photographers, what do they do during off season? They must not have like anything to do. But I have just given you 20 things that could easily take up 3 months of your life entirely of full-time work, because that's just how many like business related things we could be doing as photographers. Now, I do get that some of these things are related to more educational, like YouTube channel stuff. And if you are solely a photographer and you don't really like the education side of it, that's fine. You don't have to worry about that. But hopefully there are a few nuggets within this video that you can take and apply into your business during this off season. So ultimately, I hope this gave you plenty of ideas of things you can do during off season as a photographer and as a business owner. And if you are interested in seeing my next video, it is actually my huge 2024/2025 life update that I am super excited to share with you all. And so that video will be next.